Hey guys, another movie that I saw alongside The Substance this past weekend was a movie called Never Let Go. And it stars Holly Berry. Haven't seen Holly Berry in a while. Um, and this movie, I'm gonna be real with you. I was kind of bored of it, at least for the first two acts. Things started picking up speed in the third act, but I wasn't totally bought into it. I wasn't bought into it. I mean, it was a good story, but it kind of dragged to make its point. What's the story about? Well, apparently, what seemingly seems to be the end of the world. There's this woman living in a house in the middle of nowhere in the deepest dark of the woods with her two sons, and her two sons are getting hungry. They have a dog there too, and they what they do is they venture out during the day to seek food, but there's a catch. They have to have a rope tied around all of them because there's an evil out there. Yeah, there's an evil out there that wants to get them and possess them, right? And apparently it did something to other family members of theirs, and they're the only ones left. That whole thing. And when you see them doing this throughout the movie, it gets to be a little bit repetitive in my view, and a little bit, again, a little dragging. I'll be real. I kind of like my eyes started drooping a little bit. It was kind of that kind of redundant. Not Halle Berry's character, not her acting. Not her, she's excellent, and not the kids. It's just the way the story was being paced out. Really, to be honest with you, but um, over time, one of the kids begins to question why this is like this, why they're living like this. They've been there living there pretty much their entire lives. They don't know anything about the outside world. And they see that their mother is very, she gets very stressed out. She's very paranoid and she sees things. We see them through her eyes. They don't see them. So even after a while, I started wondering, is this really real, or is this just in her head? She lost her marbles, right? That's the way I kind of like started taking it. But then over time, you know, you start seeing the whole story flesh out. And what I like about the title "Never Let Go" of the movie, at least, is that, and it's not really centered so much on the mother, on Halle Berry's character, but more on the two young boys. Their bond is extremely strong and powerful, and you see that flesh out and come out in this movie that you can read. And those of you who are siblings, especially those of you who are identical twins or something, or very close to your brother or sister or whatever, can relate. This movie definitely showed the bond and the love these two brothers had for each other, and how one really wanted to like help the other, kind of like shake out of this kind of cocoon or bubble that their mother had pretty much created around them, this bubble of protection. But like most of us young people, when we're growing up, right, we want to kind of be set loose and explore. And this kid started questioning, rightfully so, what was going on. Where is this evil? Why are we hiding here? Why are we starving? They're like starting to eat things they shouldn't be eating. No human being would want to eat the stuff. I saw them eating this. Okay. But they needed to eat something because they were starving. They had to survive. Uh, uh, you know, uh, Figure it. I guess they don't know how to grow tomatoes. I suppose. I don't know. All I know is that it was it brought to mind the desperation that a person or people can come to when faced with the total end of their rope. I just said it funny because there's a rope. There are ropes involved. They're on their rope. They're tied. They can't untie their ropes while they're out in the woods, because if they do, the evil will get them and possess them. Right? That's the whole idea. That's why they can't have these ropes disconnected from them by any means, by no means necessary. Very long ropes. They can go quite a while into the woods without stopping. So again, you see things you see things and I one thing that I did like was that there were a couple of jump scares in this movie that threw me off, that made me go, "Oh, that was good." That's so I do give him that. I do give him that, but I'm to be honest with you, it's not a movie I would see again. It's not a movie I would see again. Like so I'm gonna give um Never Let Go. I'm only gonna give it 2. Coffee Cups, I had a chance to really think about it. I was gonna give it 3, but I'm gonna bring it down to 2 because I know myself. I'm not gonna see this movie again. And it had its moments. It did have its moments, which is a good thing. But again, when you have to wait until the third act for a movie to get really good, that's a problem. That poses a problem. You you know, and the movie wasn't even that long, though I'll tell you the truth, it felt like it was. It was like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that, but it felt like it was 3. Go figure. Well, guys, that's my review of Never Let Go. What are your thoughts on that movie? Talk to me, comment below, and share with me what you think of that latest horror movie to come out of Lionsgate. It's Lionsgate. It's a Lionsgate movie. October is almost here, people. Let's gear up. A lot of horror coming up in October. So I got stuff for you guys. All right. Please consider subscribing and tap on the bell. Okay. Thank you. Rough Perez Horror and Coffee. Take care.